If you are like most industrial businesses, the volume of data you have to manage is ever increasing. To stay competitive, you need to understand and control your operations by efficiently collecting more and more critical data and maximizing its value. The first step begins with basic monitoring of critical assets to see what happened in the past and in near real time. To accomplish this level of monitoring, Exaquantum Web provides analysis of the stored data, including the performance, quality, and efficiency needs of an operation. The Exaquantum Web allows users to connect to Exaquantum systems using internet technology. It provides a number of pre-configured, ready-to-use web pages. This tutorial shows the use of Exaquantum Web Mimics pages which are hosted in a web browser on client machines. In these tutorial I will show you working with Exaquantum Web Mimics. Setting a spot time for a mimic. Displaying a trend from a mimic. Zooming and panning a mimic. Sharing and printing a mimic. Please consider the following powerful quotes worth pondering about. So there you have the inspiration that I hope will kickstart your passion to discover valuable insights and tactics from this M&M tutorial series video. Now, let me shift from delivering inspiration to offering you a tutorial. My strong encouragement is to watch this video from start to finish. So let's get started, and thank you for making time out of your valuable day to join me on this ride to learn from this M&M tutorial series. Opening Exaquantum Web takes the user to the Exaquantum Web homepage. Depending on the user authentication security settings for your web browser, you may be prompted for a valid Windows username and password. Exaquantum Web homepage is the default landing page for Exaquantum Web. The username of the currently logged on user is shown on the right side of the top bar. The Exaquantum website contains three major display functions. Mimics. Mimics are graphical displays of plant areas. The mimics that can be displayed are created externally to Exaquantum Web. They are linked to Exaquantum Web by administrator and explorer design level users, but can be selected for display by any user. Trends. Trends are time series plots of tag data, supporting detail and any configured annotations. In addition, alarm and event data can be displayed in order to concurrently analyze tag and alarm event data. Setting a spot time for a mimic. A mimic can display two types of spot data depending on the mode selected in the time bar. Life displays the latest data in the mimic. The data updates automatically by default. This is once a minute. Historical displays a snapshot of historical data at a time specified by the user. Setting historical mode for a mimic. To set a historical spot time for the mimic on the time bar, click on the Now button to set the spot time to the current date and time. The values in the mimic will not update automatically. Or specify a time in the past, as follows. 1. On the time bar, click on the date time field or the edit icon to open the time settings dialog. Times can be specified in absolute or relative terms. Specify absolute dates by clicking on the Absolute tab and either type into the date time fields or click on the calendar button and select a date from the calendar control. Absolute times can be entered. Clicking on the Set to Now button on the Absolute tab will set the spot time to the current time. Specify relative times by clicking on the Relative tab. Zooming and panning a mimic. Pan and zoom functions are provided for the graphics area within a mimic web page. This allows the user to focus and see more detail on a specific section of the graphic. To zoom in out of the mimic, click on the zoom control handle and drag it to the right to zoom in and to the left to zoom out. Okay, there you have it. Demonstration completed, showing you introduction to Exaquantum on working with Exaquantum Web Mimics. Setting a spot time for a mimic. Displaying a trend from a web mimic. And lastly, zooming, panning and sharing a mimic. Thanks again for being with me on this video, and I'm sending you all green lights. I hope all of this handcrafted video content is helping you to rise in subject theme mastery. I'm going to see you in the next one. With warm regards plus a ton of appreciation, your fan.